having left McCoy there to hold the bottom of that ridgeline by himself for that long, but that's about it. But anyway, that game is over with. Let's not talk about things that are in the past. Let us instead focus on the present. And unfortunately for us, the present includes probably one of the worst friggin' plane pass I think I may have ever seen.
Yeah.
You can't see here.
I mean, if this was a Wrangle, that's a milli circle, surely, right?
That is 100% milli rocking.
Yeah, when we see that, that's a usual indicator. But we're going to see Sonic's still going to make their way into Picardo. I don't think there's going to be too many upsets other than maybe Dodge. So where are Dodge? No, Dodge is still stretching north on the West Road.
Yeah, just hanging out there on that far western side. Doesn't look like anybody's going to get too
oh my God, we got an MPL circle.
Let's go. We saw this circle before. This is
we literally yep we did.
This is where Oath had their one of their really good wins, where they took the high ground and the low ground, kind of pretty much right where Dodge is at right now.
Yep. So I mean we've got pretty much three endings, right? We've got the Ladriera, the one to the west of Ladriera on the high ground, or it's going to end just south of Pozo, right?
Pozo Fields is always an option.
I mean,
it's just, yeah. I don't know. I mean, you know, Monte Nuevo, the fields to the north of Monte Nuevo are also an option. I mean, we've seen them end there, quite a few times. So
we had a couple of endings there on the EU PCS as well. Actually, the ones that end kind of just out. Again, those final circles that pull away towards the barn that's over east of Monte Nuevo, just underneath the big rock formation. But I was going to say there was some weird stuff going on down in Valdemar, and Team Clueless was one of the teams involved in it. But we're looking at Illusion right now with Team Clueless, and then it was a Zenith member running over Patrick.
Yeah. So, well, look at where the rest of Zenith is. They're miles away. They're north of Impala. Why was Roth down there just north of...
And what the hell are Nitrogen and Pistola doing here?
I'm left with more questions than answers when it comes to this thing, so I'm just going to go ahead and just call it fate. You know, it was fate. That's what happened. Well, Livid looting up in Monte Nuevo all by themselves. Kind of haven't really seen a whole lot from Livid. I mean, I guess there were a lot of question marks about this team coming into this, just because of the fact that it was, you had Caden from the original roster, and then you brought in Fudge and Soup and Ditac, and Ditac was somebody that, I mean, I think both of you and I had no idea really who he was. And so maybe I don't know.
I mean, we still don't, right?
Still
He's
don't
not really done anything.
Well, I mean, to be fair, none of Livid has really. I mean, they're in 15th place. They got a chicken dinner, but other than that, I mean, 54 points overall, 15th place. Not really an ostentatious start here for that squad.
And so Sonic's as well pulling up to, and this is what I was talking about. There's a couple of scenarios where it obviously comes towards these Lego-ish buildings. I don't know if there's an actual call out for that compound, but this is the area we're talking about, just out north of Monte Nuevo. So Sonic's obviously gambling on it coming this way. Shrimsy actually he's got like the 2017 loadout. He's got an AK and an M16.
living in the past. Okay. Well, his teammate's finding some action. He's going to find Waldo, and he's going to get the flush as well. Oh, Radiance,
dude.
They were trying to make the transition, and he just picked him right out of the bus. The mystery van. There's no mystery there. That's Profi picking up another kill here for Sonics as their campaign in game number 2 starting off nicely here, but they have a lot of company just on the other side of the road there is Livid and Radiance. You can see on the south side of this road, Sonics just trying to find spots on the north here, and this is spooky here, but Shrimsy going to find another one. Okay. Ditac going to go down. I don't know why he's out there.
What's going on here?
Batty's going to find Profi. Profi, I think, is off in the middle of nowhere. He's
doing his best Diatak impression.
Yeah. This is a really weird fight, man. I mean, look, hey, I usually say, okay, I'm the caster. I'll hand it over to the pro player to explain to me what's happening here. But I feel like you got just as many question marks over your head as I do right now.
I'm gonna go ahead and pass on that one. And just put it down to. No, there's no factor. You can't put it down to anything. And now Shrimsy running away in the open. He's going to get taken down by Fudge. So Sonics will lose 2 early. That just leaves H-Win and Mime, I'm pretty sure. So things backfiring. Although they did get an early kill point on the board. Well, actually 2, because they would have got the one from Diatak as well. But they got Waldo and Diatak down. As we see Clueless farming Illusion elsewhere. Again, those are the 2 teams that were down in Valdemar, so I can only assume that was kind of a rotation camp coming out. And I guess as soon as we called Livid out, they put 2 kills on the board for her.
Well, I mean, Sonic's made it about as easy for it to do it as possible. I don't know why they... I mean, it seemed like Sonics was going for a 2-2 between where Win and Mime are right now. And then for some reason they decided to just throw it under the wide open and rely on their mechanics to save them, and it didn't work out for them. So they're down to 2. Hard shifts, meanwhile. I'm trying to find where they are. They're just to the southwest of Monte Nuevo on the high hills, just to the west of Ladriera. Ladriera. There we go. Easy for me to say.
Ladriera.
Ladriera.
Wait, did I throw you off by pronouncing it that way, or?
I don't think so. I think that's correct.
Ladrilera.
Ladrilera. Sounds perfect. So okay. You speak like a native. Meanwhile, here we go. Fabled coming in just south of Ladriera. Getting a few shots sent their way from Comets. They're doing a 2-2 split here between the church and points south that are a little bit higher. Got Evasion and Supernova. This is a split we've seen come out from Fabled before. It hadn't really worked out in their favor, though. They kind of paid the consequences for this in the past. We'll have to see if it holds for them right now, because right now they've got Elusive that's making their way in, as well as Exodus. So this is
I mean,
place that could get crashed.
This split's nice, but again, this circle 1's posted a bit further north than I guess most teams would like. It's also a bit further west than most teams would like, because it still leaves a lot of possibilities on the table. But I mean, if this one was slightly more inland and a bit more south, then you can pretty much guarantee it's ending around Ladriera Church, either to the north or the south of that. And it's rarely the south, just because of that terrain, which is what makes it difficult. And again, I think we saw the first Miramar game we casted, the Oath win. It actually went out to the terrain west of the high ground hill. That again, in Circle 1 in that game, I called it Dodgers Compound was going to be pretty much where it ends. So it's all about kind of Circle 2, which there you go. We're more than likely looking at the can we call it the PGC Monte ending? Because we had like 3 games of PGC that ended just north of Monte in the field, right?
We sure as heck did, and that is a really interesting place to fight, because you've got, not only do you have the wide open fields, but you also have the hard cover in Monte. You've got the fence line that's kind of surrounding Monte, but then on the eastern side of that road, just by Monte Nuevo, there's a really nice ditch and a lot of ridge lines to really work with. So even if you find yourself in the open, you've got kind of some good open area to work around. We'll just have to see where people decide to go here. Sonics, looks like they're going to go ahead and put both of them, but look at this, Fabled. They're going to run right into Comets as they are trying to find somewhere new. Are they going to survive? Okay. I don't know how they got out of that one. Comets not even making a peep. I think maybe trying to go for the wolf spider attack there, maybe sneaking up on them.
Yeah, but I mean, now with this circle, it's kind of just unfortunate to see. And again, we've got the leaderboard up on the left side of your screen right now. You can see how much that win has brought it within distance for Sonics. At least if chasing again, it still relies on. Oh, hello! Actually, going to open up onto Exodus. Transitioning past Venerate, going to get picked out of the Bronco. There's a bit of third-party damage coming in from hardships above. J-Sank not going to be able to get that down, but Venerated will fall in the middle of the road. At least it's not Vegas this time.
Exodus with just the full YOLO send right down the middle of the road.
I respect it. I respect it.
I mean, they get 3. They get 3 into southern Monte Nuevo. So
that's a 75% success ratio. It's stamped and sent. There you go.
There you go. That's passing in anybody's book. I don't care where you're from. Meanwhile, Chubba Bubba gonna have to stop and get a little heal on. I like the position that Hardships have right now. They do have Fable just below them, but you can kind of see you can see Hardships in orange right there. They have the high ground that's kind of overlooking Monte Nuevo, and then they've got a somewhat higher high ground just to the south where Lobes and Maluk are keeping track of everything going on to the south here. So assuming that this continues to cut either center or south, Hardships in a really nice position to do a lot of information gathering from this 2-2.
The problem is if this next one goes north of, I guess, Monte Nuevo Crossroads, it puts them in a really tricky position. Wildcard spot right now, their split is actually the strongest spot in this circle. Again, not knowing where it's going to go next. Having double whites in the red brick, it's just such a strong position. It looks like STK probably going to try and pressure Sharpshot away from the double whites here, but just such a strong position. If you can control this hill and the red brick, it's so deadly coming into late game. You can just farm kills because people are pulling up into dips, 300-400 meters away, and it's free shots.
It's basically you can get everybody as they're trying to make their crashes into the terrain features in those fields north of Monte Nuevo before they even get there. And not to mention the fact that you just have full information on everything that's around you. Doesn't look like Shoot to Kill is wanting to overstep too much here. They're pretty comfortable with their position so far. Looks like we're about to have our next circle pop, and where are we going to go? Let's go dead center, right on top of Monte Nuevo, and look at the Skittles just collapsing onto the city. This is dangerous. Even STK hopping in vehicles, and they're getting out of the position that they were in. Even Wildcard leaving their previous position.
Yeah, and again, the next shift is going to tell us all we need to know. But STK opting to come down south into the hangars. Not necessarily a bad move, but I don't think they've got any points on the board just yet. No, they haven't. 0 kills for the game so far. Uncivil doing his best Austin Powers impression here. He's going to eventually work that Bronco out. Just edging. Uncivil likes a little edge, getting out of the compound. I'm guessing one of them got this crate, or we're gonna.
Yeah.
Is Uncivil all right? Is he? Nope. Oh he's not okay. This is not okay.
Civ?
Gotta maybe spin around. Please God, flush him. Please God, flush him.
Oh my God. Oh my God,
no,
Caden.
Dude.
And here we go. Exodus now making their way. We said that they crashed into the southern part of Monte Nuevo with 75% strength. Apparently that's enough to get the opening down onto Livid as they find one. And now I think it's just down to Soup and Caden. Caden was sending shots just a minute ago towards STK. And here we go. Hard push from Exodus. Oh, they're going to open the door with the gun. And oh no, Soup. I don't know what happened there.
Soup was behind the wooden door. It just got blown up. That is golden. Dear. I mean, this is really good, though. I love the fact this circle posts and Exodus picks this position. Again, banking on it coming to the field. That little edge of Monte Nuevo, they're really, really strong position.
So strong. So strong.
And them just committing to clear it like that is really heads-up play from them. I love being proactive like that.
Caden does manage to escape for now. I mean, you can see just how surrounded he is. But once again, this is Monte Nuevo, and anytime you are a solo player, you feel a little bit safer as you hide in the city rather than in the open fields here. Meanwhile, looks like Wildcard has taken over the entirety of the field to the north of Monte Nuevo, and Oath actually doing a nice little 2-2 split on the other side here as well. So looks like STK will have gotten that res onto Purdy Curdy. Civ will not be grounded, at least for now. As Dodge, they're just on the other side of Monte Nuevo now. This is going to be it. 8 seconds. We see this next shift, and as you said, this is going to tell us everything we need to know.
It's going north.
How this game is going to end.
It's going north of Monte Nuevo.
Well, there you go. It's going to go north of Monte Nuevo.
But here we go. This is what I was talking about. Wildcard's position now. They've actually come down to take the hay bales. They've still got control of the red brick. This is a fantastic spot for Wildcard to be in. Oath as well. Shout out to them. They've got control of the east side of the run. You can see nobody is contesting that right now.
Oh, it looks like Sonic's got crashed by Elusive here. And it's not going their way so far, and 8's going to go down. Win will take out 1. They're going to open up again, and J All Day's going to go down. T-Sock gets taken out by the grenade from Mime. Oh my god, the pre-nade on the crash from Mime, and now Fizzle is left here by himself to wonder what happened. Well, he doesn't have to wonder long, because Win ends his suffering, and Elusive just gets absolutely broken by the duo of Mime and Win. Goodness.
Yeah, that's. I mean, nobody's really contested the Lego buildings down here. I'm going to call it that now, even though we haven't got that confirmed. I'm gonna stamp that. It's got the Hypox seal of approval there. Well, it's actually Lego is the little compound underneath the church over, by Tuma, the Church of Lost. Okay. The little Lego building is off to the east of that. Yeah, surprising to still see Sonic's up, but I guess nobody's really pressured over to that side. Radiant's going to have to look for a move over to the north side as we jump on board with the hard shifts. Chubba going to have to hit the prone and the first aid. This is going on just outside of Ladriera. Comet's only 2 strong right now. I can only see 2 of them up, and it looks like they've got all 4 of hard shifts coming towards them.
The fight that nobody really wants to be taken right now as it's going on outside of Circle. As you can see, just on their south side, is creeping up here. Hardships needs to figure out what they want to do here. Take these guys out. I think they realize where both of them are. They're going to go ahead and collapse on D-Trees first. Lobes will get the original down. And it's all down to just Victor. I don't know what we could call that peak. It's an interesting one. Here we go. We're going to push up in the vehicle. And okay, that's going to do it. Chubba will find Victor with the grenade. Hardships get 2 kills. And they get to make their way into this next circle. But like you said, it's gonna be kind of rough here. There's not a lot of space to be found. I just will loot up whatever they've got left. We've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams in the city of Monte Nuevo proper right now. Meanwhile, you've got 3 off to the north, and then you've got Radiance and Sonics just off to the southeast. As hardships make their way in. Caden still staying alive. But for how long? Here comes Zenith. Can he take anybody with him? Oh, wait. Yeah, never mind. It's a different... Are they in the same building?
Yeah, they're in a different building. I was just about to make the point, though, that this is... It's so often we see teams commit to the south side and get stuck in a city like this, but I think we've got 6 tied up here. This is going to be This is what I was talking about earlier. Exodus position. Once they kind of read that and they bank on it coming north. Exodus's position. Those 2 little 1-stories with that little rusty fence wrapping it. It's a shame they've not got 4 up because it's a really good opportunity to farm some kill points there when everybody is forced to move.
Let's go. The circle breaks
away
from Monte Nuevo.
Wildcard spot.
Well, and another thing is they collapsed from the 2-2. To all go into red bricks there. So that actually playing out really, really nicely for them. 303, I think they realize wild cards there. We've seen it so many times where the team where 303 in 303's position tries to do a full 4-man crash on the wild card. So have to keep eyes on that because, I mean, once their spot's outside of the circle, it's kind of rough. You know, what else do you do if you're in 303's position right now? Meanwhile, everybody is now going to have to make their way out of Monte Nuevo. Shoot to kill, going to be the first one to start the fight. They're going to find Leda. Get the kill onto him.
I thought Luke 12 was going to do a little crouch jump. I thought he was going to do a little crouch jump and get a cheeky little knock there, but you know, Caden actually going to find Uncivil from the back. Actually flush onto that as well. So now SDK down to 3. Icyflex will trade him out though. So SDK fall to 3. Going to be able to get out of the city. Not like that. Kurt is going to fall next to the caravan. Kickstart going to follow up with the molly. That should confirm that one.
This is rough sledding from SDK. They're coming in from the far west side, so they've got all the teams that have already been inside Monte Nuevo looking right down at them. They had Zenith, they had Illusion, and they also have Exodus now taking shots over in that direction. 5 kills, though, for the boys, but they still have to figure out how they're going to get through here. Fabled meanwhile, is also inside the city. You can see the shots coming out from Exodus now. This is going to be there's not really any, like, everybody that's in the city has to cross the street here. Okay.
I was going to say, how is Icy Flex running across the road? He nearly made it.
This is going to be all hands on deck from Exodus to make sure that nobody crosses this street right here. Ooh, Kickstart actually going to find Hella. Good shots coming out from him. Zenith still alive, still kicking here as they try to make their way through. You can hear the smokes are starting to come out. Greg shot. Going to throw, I don't know if that was a flashbang or Molotov. Yep, that was a molly.
Greg shot's prone in that crate. 100%.
Oh, Luca actually steal the kill there. But Greg shot will trade it out. And there goes shoot to kill. 10th place. That is not, that's 2 games in a row. Not a really good start for him. They did get a nice little handful of kills, though, so not leaving completely empty-handed. Meanwhile, Greg Shot going to try to rejoin his team. They'll find Zenith. They'll find, actually, Mystery will just go down to the blue. So Fabled stays alive, quote-unquote, winning Montenuevo. They haven't had to cross the street just yet, though. They're just hiding behind the smallest bit of fence line here as our new circle is going to pop. And where else could it go? There you go. Yeah. Right to the dead center.
Yeah, and I was about to comment last circle. It's interesting to not see 303 cross yet and contest Oath for their spot. But I think Oath now in a position where they've got somebody on the high ground. I don't know how much sight they have uphill here. Jumping back on board with Fable as they try and make this deadly cross. And some good utility coverage coming out here. I don't know if Supernova is going to be able to get onto the wall. But we know this circle comes in quick, so as soon as it starts moving, they're going to run out of options. Again, they're on the short side, so they have got the benefit of time. The circle speed is going to be a bit slower than the other side, but Supernova actually going to get a team flash there. That's going to be problematic for him. Taylor's already checking behind the barrels here. Does land a headshot. Supernova going to head back around. Now they've got inside the wall for him.
Oh, they got Taylor. Packap's going to try to take the shots as he gets across. Not going to be able to find the down, though, as Vegas and Pat just working the cover right now. Fabled actually getting a huge break here because Hardshifts and Radiance and Sonics are all shooting at each other off to the east, not looking at them as they were making this push in. So they didn't have to worry about any shots in their back. Ooh. Vegas will get taken down to about half HP. He's going to come back up. He's going to get spotted out. Supernova will take him down. Taylor J now. Or no, Packap's the last one up. Send a few shots here. Fabled. I can't believe that they've actually gotten away with this.
They're going to clear him.
Evasion. Oh, the hard push. Okay. There we go.
See, where is this Fabled been?
Really well done by Fabled there. But like I said, they got kind of lucky because there was no shots coming in their back, which is usually what you see when teams are kind of coming across the street there. They get shot from the east side as well. But since there were so many teams fighting, it looks like Hardships actually died in that crossing there. Los, the last one alive for Radiance, as Sonics, the duo of Win and Mayim, still causing so much problems for everybody here. I'm not even sure. Oh, and Dune going to find Keenan. Badger's going to go down as well, and nothing's falling apart a little bit for Wildcard here. 303 doing a really good job of getting from where they were to where they're at now with still 4 up. Actually surprised they managed to get this far.
And this terrain, the PGC game I'm talking about, this is the one where Mexi landed a triple nade into this exact dip. As actually Snake is going to open up onto Lush. And actually the follow up onto Voxic as Balefroster gets the last blow there. But now 303 down to 2 people on their feet. Snakers will flush out Lush. Now they're probably just going to try and force the issue here, pick up these kill points. Doesn't know where D-Rich is, but he'll take some damage at distance. Landoon sitting back with the Orm. He needs to get an opening knock here if they want to push in on this. Just not landing the damage, though.
Bad news for both of these teams is that while all this is going on, Wildcard was able to get both reses off, and now you can see they're just kind of working the ridge line here, waiting for anybody to peek a head up over the top. Not finding anything yet, but Supernova will actually find Balefrost. Not sure how that happened. Look at the Molly, he's on fire. No, Wolf, he's lit. Roll around.
He should be good.
Stop, drop, and roll.
Good.
Oh, yeah, boy, he's just barely good.
Dude, Sonics are making moves, though, Poro. Sonics have actually managed to get themselves all the way up onto the high ground. This now is an absolutely deadly position for them to be in. If they can clear Fabled, they have free farm into this bowl.
Oh, Landoon.
Landoon, dude, you got to land one of these, man.
You gotta hit that one. I mean, you got 6 bullets left. That was very, very close. Balefrost is down right now. So Oath will have to send at least one to go get that res. As Fabled still trying to make their way out, but look at this. Sonics just has full eyesight onto them. The smokes are out. Greg Shot managing to break line of sight here, but he's just having to crawl on his belly. As Mime and Win are just, I mean, they have no pressure on them. They just run around. They're running around completely unimpeded.
I don't want to say it, but are we going to see another Duo Sonics clutch up here? Because they have so much space. They have so much space. If Wildcard or Oath get weakened here, it's very much feasible that Sonics can win this game from this position. They just need to deal with Fable.
Yeah, Fable just got a freebie off a Wildcard. Getting one down. The shots are coming out into the smoke. Can they find anything? Supernova gets very, very low. He's going to try to peek around the outside of it. While Landoon, oh no! You can only miss so many before you just get roasted, my dude.
I mean, finally he hit that one. He actually hit Wolf. He hit Wolf there, I'm pretty sure, but he just got absolutely doinked.
Well, Oath not actually coming up over the top and finishing this though. What's the deal? They're just
I mean, just talking about it here. If this forces Wildcard across the road, which I'm pretty sure it's going to, unless we see a very hard West shrink. Oh my god. Oh my god. Why did I say it out loud? Why did I even say it out loud?
I do not know. Well, Wildcard fans breathing a little bit of a sigh of relief. Oh, nice shot. There we go. Penta going to find Mime. And that could be big news there as Sonics Win going to have to try to see if he can maybe go for the res here. It's going to be rough, though. Look how open that is.
Shouldn't.
Yeah, he tried, but Sharpshot going to go ahead and relieve him of the decision-making. As Landoon does go down again, D-Rich gets taken to about 30 health. Oath actually doing a good job here. And look at this Wildcard actually crossing the road. They cross the road and they get lit up. Oh, no. Oath gets 303 and Wildcard. As Wildcard tried to send 2 across the street, and now it's just Honey Badger. And here we go. Oath once again looking like they might take another Miramar win.
I mean, it's a good follow-up after dropping, three games of 0 points that they would bounce back and get themselves a win on it. But things not decided just... I mean, 4 up. I don't want to commit to saying they've won, but we're going to need to see some heroics from H-Win and the final man on Wildcard. But I just can't believe that one still let Wildcard stay on the west side of the road. It's It's obviously the star goes to Oath. There's no doubt about that. H-Win already dropping the backpack. He's in full snake mode now.
Yeah, I think maybe Wildcard assumed that Oath was having a little bit more of a problem with 303 than they ended up actually having. And they tried to send 2 over while they were fighting it. And unfortunately for them, Oath was right on time and was able to keep an eye on there. And he's going to find Win. There goes Snakers picking up another. And now they just got to find Honey Badger. He's going to run around in the smoke.
Just spraying the smoke. It's fine.
Just spray the smoke.
Everyone shoot the smoke.
Okay, Honey Badger's going to deny the point. That's okay. I'll take it. 7 kill win for Oath.
Honey Badger working for SDK there, I guess, but I'll allow it. There's no point feeding over.